this is for your root. See if you have. She was summoning aliens. Like there was going to be a spaceship that was going to land at the sacred garden in the back, because we're dealing with the universal cosmic language of sound and frequency. And sound is one of the most powerful ways to elevate us. And that helps so much with our own personal, just our own personal growth, to shift our moods when we need to. And you can bring your hands to your heart center. We'll open with one Om. We'll take a deep breath in. And open up your eyes. And let's just go ahead and start standing. I'll play these a little bit more too later when y'all are in Shavasana, but I don't think I'm talented enough to play and teach at the same time. So let's bring our hands into our heart center. And we'll take an inhale and reach the arms up over the head, and exhale, pull your hands into your center. And do that again. Inhale and exhale, pull it into your heart. And inhale again. And exhale, pull it in. And then inhale, arms up. And exhale, fold it forward. And then inhale, arch up halfway. Knees can be bent or they can be straight, whatever feels good. And exhale, fold it down. And repeat, inhale, arch up. And exhale, fold it down. And inhale, arch up. And exhale, fold down. Step your left foot back to go into a lunge. Left hand stays on the mat, right arm comes up. Extend the top arm next to your ear. Straighten the front leg. As you move the top arm around like a clock, arm comes up. Then bend the front knee again and extend the arm. Then straighten and inhale, arm up. And bend. And straighten and arm comes around like your clock. Then exhale, hands place down to the inside of your foot. Bend your back leg, come into a side runner's lunge. So left leg bends, side lunge. Good. And then the right leg bends, regular lunge. Hands can stay to the inside. Lift and open up through the chest. So going deeper into that right hip. Keep the arms to the inside and walk them over out to the left again. Bend the left leg. And right leg bends. and lift and open up through the chest. And one more time, left leg bend, side lunge. And come back around to the front. Into your regular lunge, the right hand can come to the outside of the foot. Let's step our back foot forward. Come to the front into your forward fold. Inhale, arch up halfway. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, we come up, arms reach up over the head. Then exhale, go back down into your forward fold, and the right leg bends, or right leg steps back into your lunge, left leg forward. Right, twist around to the left, top arm comes up. Reach the top arm next to your ear, and as you straighten the front leg, move that top arm around like a clock. And bend, and extend through the arm. Again, the top arm moves around. Inhale as you stretch up. Once more, bend to the knee, extend the arm. And then straighten the leg and move the arm around. And exhale, hand comes down to the floor, to the inside of the foot. Bend your right leg so that it comes into a side runner's lunge. And the left leg bends into your regular lunge, hands to the inside, chest reaches forward. And the back leg bends, side lunge. And front leg, left leg bends, come into your lunge, lift the chest. And one more time, right leg bends, side lunge. And the left leg bends. And bring your hands to the outside and step your back foot forward, come to the front of your mat. And inhale, arch out halfway. Exhale, fold. And inhale, arms reach up over the head. Then exhale, return back into your forward fold. And arch up halfway, inhale. Step back now, coming into your plank pose. And bring the left hand to the center of the mat so that you come into your side plank. But let's lower the left knee down to the mat. And hips come forward, reach the top arm, extend it next to your ear. Then lift the top leg up away from the bottom. And exhale, pull that knee and elbow in. Inhale, extend, then take the right toes, hook it behind the left ankle, push the hips forward on an inhale. And in the exhale, lower the hip. The left hip comes all the way down to the ground. Take your right hand, place it on the floor behind you. Reach up to the left arm now. So inhale, left arm comes up. And then exhale, hug the right knee over the left arm, twist around to the right. Inhale, lengthen up. And exhale, twist a little deeper. And then inhale, untwist. Left arm comes up. Take that hand, place it back onto the floor. Lift and pick up through the hips. Top arm extends. Extend through that top leg. Exhale, pull that knee and elbow in again. Inhale, reach it. Then on an exhale, step that right foot forward between your hands so that you come into a low lunge. And then inhale, arms come up over your head. Then take your right hand and slide it down your left thigh, looking over that right shoulder. Inhale, both arms come up. And exhale, switches so the left hand slides down the thigh, looking over the left shoulder. And inhale, both arms come up. Then exhale, hands come down to the floor. Send that right leg out behind you and bring the knee down to the mat. Rock forward, hips lifted, chest lifted, lower chest and chin down to the ground. Then lower the hips, inhale, curl up into your cobra pose. Exhale, press back into a puppy pose, so extend those arms. Chin reaches toward the ground, loop into the heart. And come into your breath. Again, you are just pure vibration, pure frequency. And our movements make a difference too in what we're aligning to. We move our bodies to clear where we feel stagnant, where energy feels stuck. And inhale, come forward. Yeah, and bring your hands back underneath you. Then we'll take the right hand, bring it to the center, open up here for your side plank with the knee down to the ground. Right knee down, left arm extends. And lift up through the top leg. And then exhale, knee and elbow pull in toward one another. Inhale, stretch. Hook the toes behind your ankle. Press your hips forward. Open up all across the front of the groin. And then exhale, lower. So you're going to lower the right hip down to the ground. The right arm comes up. The left hand can go on the floor behind you just to help stabilize you. And twist around to the left. So hug the left knee in with the right arm. Breathe. Stretch your spine. And inhale, untwist. We'll place the right hand back down. Push the knee back down into the ground. Lift up through those hips. Let it extend through the top leg again. And then exhale, pull that knee and elbow in. Inhale, extend it. Both hands to the mat. Left foot comes forward into your low lunge. The right knee stays down on the ground. And then inhale, arms come up over your head. Now with an exhale, left hand goes down the right thigh, look over your left shoulder. And inhale, both arms come up. And the exhale, right hand slides down the thigh, looking over that shoulder. And inhale, both arms come up. Exhale, hands come down. And left leg, kick it back. Place the knee down to the ground, rock it forward. Lift tailbone, chest, and chin. And come down to chest, chin to the floor. Inhale, curl up for your cobra pose. Then exhale, take it back into that puppy pose again. Your chin pointing forward. Your chest, your heart more open, your hips also more fluid and free. And think about what energies you're trying to align yourself with, depending on what frequencies, what you're outputting, what are you putting out there? And by what you're putting out there, what are you magnetically drawing in towards you? And come forward. And walk your hands back underneath. So hands and knees, and exhale. Take it back and go into your down dog pose. You can pedal through the feet. Keep breathing. Then lower your knees. You're going to bend your knees significantly. And the knees, it's like you're twisting the legs, twisting the knees over to the left while pushing your hips back. And doing same thing the other side. Turn and twist over to the right and push your hips back. Again, turn your knees, twist to the left. And the twist to the right. And come back through center, through your down dog. Take your feet wider so they go about mat width or more than mat width distance apart. You have a little bit more room to press through those hips. Your arms stretching, the sides of the body lengthening. And then take your hands and walk them back. Turn your feet out and place your hands on your knees. And lengthen up through the spine, reach up through the crown of the head and sink down through the legs. Push your hips back and push your inner thighs back and widen your hips, but then bring the chest forward. Then as you push the knees into the ground, press the knees away and now draw the tailbone all the way down and scoop your tailbone down, but your pubic bone draws up. They keep pushing those inner thighs away. And then press the hips back, widen them. You can add a little fold, lift the chest, and push it into the feet. Draw the tailbone down, scoop it, allows the back kind of rounds more when you do this. And one more time, inhale, push the hips back. And scoop your tailbone under, lift up through the chest. Good. Take your right elbow in toward your left knee. And your left shoulders, not elbow, excuse me, left shoulder in toward your right knee. And then come upright. Again, tailbone. Let's scoop it down and come up onto your tippy toes. And feel those ankles and those feet and those shins strong and stable. Pull your outer shins in. And place the feet back down. Yeah, turn your toes forward. Fold into little, kind of like a standing wide-legged forward fold, but maybe not as wide as you normally go. Then breathe. Relax your head, relax your neck down. And inhale, arch up halfway. Take your feet, bring them back together. Let it and come all the way up. Arms come up over your head. Yep, you're toward the back edge of your mat. Look up toward your thumbs. And exhale, come into your forward fold. Walk your hands forward so that you come into your plank pose. We'll bring the left hand to the center for your side plank. Maybe this time you can stack both your legs and top arm comes up. Shoulders down, lift up through the top leg. And exhale, knee and elbow come in. And inhale, extend, take the foot, place it behind you, push up through those hips. Go into a wild thing, head goes back. Use the glutes to power the hips up. Good. And lower the left hip down to the ground. Take your right hand, place it on the floor behind you. Inhale, lift up through the left arm. Then exhale, twist it around to the right. Inhale, lengthen. Then exhale, breathe and twist. And inhale, untwist, arm comes up. Place the hand on the floor behind you. Pick your hips back up. Then pick that top leg up. Then exhale, pull that knee and elbow in again. Inhale, extend. And step that right foot forward between your hands. Come into your lunge. Now inhale, come up into your crescent pose. Back knee up off the ground, push through the legs. Breathe, stretch the spine. And checking into what frequency you are pulsating. And then take that right hand, slide it down the left thigh, look over the shoulder. Good. And inhale, arms come up. Exhale, other side, left hand slides down, look over that shoulder. Good. And inhale, both arms come up. And exhale, hands to the ground. Step back, go into your plank pose. Inhale, exhale, lower, chaturanga. Inhale, either your up dog or your cobra pose. Exhale, take your down dog pose. Breathe in, breathe out. As we move on to the other side, we'll take the right hand and place it to the center of the mat. Open up for your side plank. Extend through that top arm. Then lift up through that top leg. Then exhale, knee and elbow come in. Then inhale, extend. Place the foot behind you. Push the hips up. Push the feet into the ground. Push that right hand down to the ground. Open the heart. Then lower the right hip down to the ground. Left hand can go on the floor behind you. Inhale, pick up the right arm. Exhale, twist it around to the left. Breathe. Check in with not just your body, but your thoughts, with your mind. Because more than anything, that's what you're attracting to you. That's what's setting the tone. And inhale, untwist. Place the hand on the floor, right hand on the floor. Pick it all back up. Lift the top leg up. Exhale, pull that knee and elbow in. Inhale, extend. Then place the hand on the floor. Step the left foot forward into your lunge. And inhale, your crescent pose. Set your legs. Set your spine. It's almost like your body is like this antenna. Right? And you're trying to tune in to that station, the radio station that you like, instead of picking up static or putting out static. Then take the left hand, slide it down the right thigh, look over the shoulder. And then inhale, both arms up. And then exhale, switch. Right hand slides down the thigh. And inhale, both arms come up. Exhale, hands come down. Step back into your plank. Lower for your chaturanga. And inhale, take that up dog pose or your cobra. And exhale, down dog. And breathe. Take one more breath in and out. Then lower your knees down to the ground. Round your back out like a cat. Chin comes in. Flatten your toes. Press back like a child's pose, but with your back more rounded. So your tailbone is dropping down towards your heels. Back is more rounded. Chin is down. Belly is in, so your core is activated. And then inhale. Roll up so that you're coming up. You're sitting on your heels. Then reach your arms up over your head. Come up so that you're standing on your knees. Bring your hands to heart center and step the right foot forward. So you're going to spin on the back knee. And you're opening up. It's like a warrior two, but instead of the foot down, the back knee is down. But keep pushing the right hip open. Extend it out through your arms like your Virabhadrasana 2. And make sure that your right knee isn't buckling to the inside. Okay, now either your forearm can come to your thigh for this variation of a side angle pose, or your fingertips or your hand can touch down to the floor. It's going to be a whole new experience on your hips and your inner thighs versus when the foot is down, right? But keep pushing the knee away and keep spinning your chest open toward the sky. And then as you straighten the front leg, right, top arm comes around like a clock. I have the ball of my foot reaching down toward the ground. And what I'm trying not to do is to sit and sink back into that left hip. Okay, so keep your left hip pressing more vertical, so your thigh bone stays vertical as the top arm comes up. It's kind of like a triangle pose. Then inhale, come up, arms extended out. Okay, now you're going to take your left hand and reach it either for your thigh, your calf, or maybe it reaches toward the foot. Okay, but the hip, left hip is pushing forward, and the arm comes up and back. And shoulders down, open the throat, breathe. Then inhale, press it back up, use your obliques to help you. Turn your right toes to face toward the front. Now your arms are going to come out in the front. Okay, you're going to sit back, but when you sit back, either you will sit back on your left heel, or if it's possible, you will sit down to the inside of that left heel. Now that might mean that you have to slide your right foot more out to the right in order to get the butt down to the ground. There you go. That's it, Janice. Just like, there you go. Yes. Okay, good. Now your arms are going to reach out in the front. At this point, your right knee and your right toes should be facing up, but your hips are pushing back. Breathing in. If it's too much on your knee, you might have to readjust, or again, just sit back on your heel and you simply don't go forward or as deep. And then walk your hands back and press yourself back up to where you came from. Now to inhale, extend the arms up. Then to exhale, come back around and into your lunge. Your left toes will flick out behind you. Lift the back knee up off the ground. Step it back and go into your plank pose. Lower, come down for a chaturanga. Inhale, take an up dog pose. And exhale, go back into your down dog pose. Breathe. You need to pedal through your legs, that's fine. And with your postures, you're always moving energy too. So you're setting the tone for your own frequency, your own vibration. Then lower the knees down to the ground. Round your back out like a cat. Push the arms into the floor. Exhale, push it back like a child's pose. Get the back more rounded. Then inhale, come up. So you're sitting back in your heels at first, then you come up, so you're standing on your knees, arms up. Then in an exhale, step the left foot forward and come into your low lunge. All right, and as we move on to the other side, we'll open up, we'll kind of flick. You're spinning on your right knee, so the right foot goes out behind you. And open up through, again, the left knee, and what you just make sure that your knee doesn't come down to the inside, it stays open. Turn your ribs to face the same, like turn your ribs to face toward the long edge of your mat, and reach out through the arms. Breathe like a warrior two. From here, we'll go into the Parshakanasana, or extended side angle version. Either fingertips reach to the floor, or the forearm can come to your thigh. Be active in your legs. Be active, especially how you're pressing through that front foot. Then as you begin to straighten the front leg out, top arm spins around like a clock. Your left hand might shift a little to accommodate the straightening of that front leg. Top arm comes up. Remember, try not to sink that right hip back. Keep the hip, that thigh bone, more perpendicular, more lined up. And inhale, come up. Then we'll take that right hand and possibly you can reach to the foot. If it's not reaching to the foot, you can reach it down your thigh. Hips forward, left arm back. And inhale, push into that knee to help you come up. Okay, so your arms can come out in the front. At first, you might have to readjust the left leg. I do turn it more forward just so that I can get my hips right for pushing it back. Okay, then as you start to sit it back, again, it can go onto the heel. It can also go onto a block or what you call it, a blanket. You might have to again slide that left foot out, make any little adjustments that you need to for your knee or for your hips, then start to fold it forward. Left knees and toes at this point are facing up. And one more breath. And then we're going to start to press it back up to where we came from. So push up to that knee. Then turn to the front. Left leg is front into your lunge. So you spin back onto the right knee. And lift the knee up off the ground. Step it back to go into your plank pose. And lower chaturanga. Inhale through your up dog. And then exhale, take that down dog. And find your breath. Good. One more breath. And lower your knees down to the ground. And again, round the back out like a cat. And take it back into a child's pose, but with a more rounded back. And inhale, then start to come up. And reach the arms up over the head. Come standing on your knees, arms up. And step the right foot forward for another low lunge. Okay, we warmed up the hips. So we're gonna strengthen them too, but we're gonna work more, even more so on the strength of the legs. Okay, so we'll curl the back toes under, and the inhale, press up and come into your crescent pose, arms up over your head. When we do these, what you wanna be careful with is not just collapsing down into your knee. Okay, so you're gonna lower the back knee down to the ground, but you're using your quad to slow it down so you're not slamming the knee into the ground. And then we'll turn the left toes to face toward the right. And sit, when you're sitting back, again, slowly use your quads to help slow it down. Now you're sitting on your heel. And then exhale, come into a fold. This is like your Janu Sirsasana B. If you ever practice Ashtanga, there are 3 Janu Sirsasanas in the primary series. This is Janu B, where you're sitting on your heel. And in the inhale, come back up. You're going to push through that left knee, and we're going to turn this right leg, right knee out, and push the hips forward. So there's this opening that's happening through the front of the hips. Okay? All right, then you're going to sit it back again. You're not going to fold it this time. Just sit it back and slow it down. You should be feeling your left quad on that. Okay? And even when you push up, it's the left quad, maybe your left butt. Yes? And the leg turns out when you come up, and sit it back one more time with control. If you have to use your hands for any of these, use your hands, right? If you can do it without using hands, then that's great. Bring it back up. Okay, that was the final one. Curl your back toes under. Push yourself up. Then inhale, come up into your crescent pose. Then open back up for a warrior 2 for a moment. And now we're going to bend that left leg into another side runner's lunge. So take it down, stretch out that left hip. We're working the hips as close to the ground as they're going to go, but not all the way down. We're not taking the hips all the way down today. And you can stretch your left arm out in front of the left leg as you lift up through the chest. Your legs, your feet, they're your roots, they're your foundational piece. That was, as that way. Your root, here, I'll give you a whirl. That's the tone of your roots. Feel that? Okay, good. All right, bring your hands to heart center. And again, with or without hands. Without hands, it's pretty hard. But then you can do it. Push, 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 push. And come all the way up to standing and turn your face toward the long edge of your mat. Let it straight for a moment. Take a breath. Inhale, arms come up over your head. Do the exhale. Take a nice standing, wide-legged forward fold. We'll balance it out in a minute. I know your legs feel lopsided right now. Arch up on your inhale. Come back around for your lunge. Front leg is forward. Step back, go into your plank pose. Then you take your vinyasa, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. And exhale into that down dog. Then lower your knees, round your back out like a cat. Then sit it back, go through your child's pose, but with a more rounded back. And then inhale, roll it up, push the knees into the ground, bring the arms up over your head, and we will step that left foot forward. Okay, y'all ready? Ready to do this other side. We'll curl the back toes under and press it up and come up into your crescent pose. That was the first piece. Stretch through the back leg. I want you to now really tune into the power. We're going to be working that right quad. Okay, so send some like awareness, your mind's eye to that right quad, honing in on its strength. Okay, lower the knee back down, but without slamming it down. Use the quad to control. So you'll kick the right foot out to the left, sit it back, and fold forward into that Janu Sirsasana beat. Just catch your breath. And inhale, come up, hands to your heart center. Okay, so now we're going to push into that right knee and come up into kind of a lunge-ish position, but we're turning the left knee out, the hip out, hips neutral, okay, and sit it back. And if you need to use your hands to help you navigate down, so you're not trying to hurt the knee, we're using your legs, we're using your quad. Push it back up again. Good. And take it back. Good. And then push it back up. Okay, this time we'll curl the back toes under, press it up into your crescent pose. Extend the back heel down to the mat. Open up like your warrior two. Well, it is your warrior two. And now right leg comes down into your side runner's lunge. Stretch it out. And if you want to extend your right arm out in front and across the leg, you can. And hands to your heart center. And here we go. We're going to press it up. There we go. Turning, so you're still facing the long edge of the mat, arms to come up over your head. Going to exhale into your standing wide leg. If you want to add some hands, or arms or shoulders, you interlace your fingers behind your back. You can come over. You relax the head, relax the neck. Arms come up and over. And the arms come down. If you have them up, arch up halfway. You come around to your lunge, to the front of your mat. Step your front foot back, go into your plank pose. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, take that up dog cobra. Exhale, down dog pose. Knees to the ground. And another child's pose. You can make this child's pose a little more neutral if you like. Yeah. This child's pose can be a little softer. And inhale, press it up and come to your hands and knees. Okay. We will lower our forearms down to the ground, elbows down, forearms down. You can bring the palms of the hands together. You You can interlace your fingers too. Sometimes I just like to push the palms of the hands together. So that mudra feels better sometimes. And push your hips up in the air like a dolphin. But keep your elbows and your forearms pushing down. Get some space in your neck. Moving through those shoulders, but your core is engaged. You can lift the right leg up and push, press up through those toes. While you're pushing your forearms down, press up through that right leg. Pull the knee in toward that tricep. Right knee goes in toward the right tricep. And inhale, kick it back up. And switch, go to the other side, left leg, lift it up. Extend out of your heart, like think your heart is your focal point, and you're trying to stretch that foot out from your heart center. And pull that knee in toward your tricep. And inhale, lift it up. And place the foot down. And rock it forward. Like through an ab hold, you might have to slide your feet out and lower your knees down to the ground. And open your arms up for your space. And just let your shoulders open for a moment. Great. And now think of this being more fluid and open in your heart space. Take your right arm, bring it out in front of your body like this. Bend your left leg. Catch the foot with the left hand, but you're going to get both hips on the ground. You can look over the right shoulder. And you'll notice when you do that, it helps to square your hips off. Push the foot back into the hand. And you can also, if you want, lift that knee. Open that quad. And as you push the hip back, feel that also pressing that left shoulder back. Stretching out that whole left side of your chest. And exhale, bring it down. And just come all the way down to the ground. And then bring it back up into your Sphinx pose. So you're just opening up there across the heart. Right, and this is the vibration of your heart. And then as you get ready to do the other side, you can bring your left arm, I believe it's your left arm across your body. Bend the leg, catch the foot. So you do the same thing that you just did to the other side. And exhale, bring it down, and come all the way down. And then place your hands, press it up, so come back so that you're sitting on your heels again. Right. Then we're going to come up, standing on our knees. We're going to do our camel pose. Okay, so we work part of back bends. We talked about a lot is strong legs. If there's not a part of your body, okay, so first of all, your heart, your chest, all this area, this part of your spine, your body considers kind of vulnerable, like your heart and your neck. And it's a vulnerable area too because there's emotions held, not just in your chest, but there's emotions held in your belly. There's emotions held in your groin. So the whole front side of your body, it's a very emotional and vulnerable place. Do you think that it's going to open up if you feel in danger, if you feel unsafe? No, probably not, right? It's like that what your body needs is to feel safe enough to go into those vulnerable places. So what provides your safety? Down here, these legs, your roots, we just did all that stuff to strengthen your legs, your roots, your glutes, all this makes up strength. The stronger your legs are, the more your spine feels supported, the more the front of your body feels supported so that it can open up and take those bigger back bends like we're going to do in camel pose. Okay, so your knees are hip width distance apart. Toes can be flat or curled under is easier. Okay, and the first thing is root down through those knees. And those quads that we just worked, you should feel them right now. Feel them? But you should touch them and they should feel working. They shouldn't be all floppy. They should be working and they should be toned. Okay, so your knees are pushing down that much. Now lift up out of your low back. Tailbone draws down. When your tailbone draws down, your glutes also activate. And when you bend, you're bending, it's like at the upper part of your glute, it's what bends first, not here in your waistline, but the bend starts lower than that. It starts more at the upper glutes, reach out of your low back, push your knees down even more. The more you push down through the knees, the more the chest opens. The more the chest opens, the freer the head is to drop back. You can catch your feet, or if you're not catching your feet, you can just have your heels of your hands across your hips. And if you're catching your feet, go for it. Hips press, don't lose those legs though. Once you catch your feet, gotta fire up those legs, those quads. Right, and then open. Heart, belly, groins, like standing in the power of your legs. Opening up to what you're receiving. And when you are complete, root down through your knees. The head is the last thing to come up. And just sit back. Sit back on your heels. Breathe and take that in. And give your spine a second to adjust. Okay, good. We will do one more back bend. I'll give you a few choices. If you like camel, you can do camel again. Or you can do wheel if you're pressing yourself up. Camel or wheel, or you can do bridge too. You want to push keep your, like lying on your back, and then just lifting your hips up, you can do bridge. I'm going to do a wheel pose, okay? Same principle, your legs are strong so that you can press your heart, your chest, your groins, your belly open. So get those feet grounded, toes facing forward, and place your hand where your fingertips are lined up under your shoulders. And you come up on an inhale. So on an inhale, push those feet, push those hands into the ground. Press up into your wheel pose. If you're going into the camel, this is when you drop it back. If you're going into the bridge, that's when you're pressing up. If you're in your wheel, press through those arms, push down through those legs. Good. And exhale, take that down. Bring the soles of the feet together. Catch your opposite elbows and just let the arms come up over your head. Pause there for a moment. I'll play the heart tune. legs out onto the mat. Reach your arms up over your head. Pull your belly button in toward the spine. And then to roll up to your seat. But roll up using your abdominals because your abdominals help to counterbalance big back bends too. And then inhale, extend your arms up. And then exhale, take that Paschimottanasana, the seated forward fold. Stretch out that back. And inhale, come up. And you're gonna bend your knees in. Just hug them in and lengthen it and stretch up. We'll keep the legs hugged in with the left arm, twist, give it a little twist to the right. Give it and add a twist to the left. And inhale onto this. Okay, then lean it back so you're more on the back of your sit bones. And the belly is in, but you can move the arm bones more into the shoulder sockets. Lean it back and extend your legs out for your Navasana, your boat pose. To straighten the legs, you got to scoop out the belly. Sometimes I see people try to do Navasana, and they try to do it with their back arched this way, and then they can't straighten the legs because you don't have the right muscles activated. The belly has to pull in. Your shoulders can pull back, but your belly has to pull in so it holds your legs up, so you can actually straighten them out. And now bring the soles of your feet together and catch the outside edges of your feet. Inhale, lengthen up. And then exhale, take that nice Baddha-Konasana, elbow squeeze. Maybe you can get your toes to tickle your third eye. Tickle your third eye open. You got a bowl for that one too. I'll play that one in a minute. And inhale, come up. And extend your legs back out onto the mat again. We're going to take our right leg, bring it in. You can just hug it in. And we're going to add a twist around to the right. So like your Marichasana seat. You can hug it in. You can hook the arm to the outside of the knee to help you go into the twist. For those of you who want to go fancier, who want to go deeper, if you've got the depth in your spine and in your shoulder, you can take the lines all the way around. And it looks something like that. That's the bind. That's Marichasana seat. You don't have to do that. Good. You can be wherever you are, somewhere in between. That's it. And inhale, untwist. Extend both legs out in front of you. But just neutralize your spine for a moment into staff pose. The legs are straight, spine is straight. And we'll do the same thing to the left leg. Now we'll pull the left leg in. There's space between your foot and your thigh too. So the foot's not right next to the thigh. There's some space there. And we'll hug in. So you can start if you want to just by hugging in. Give a heel for your twist. Push down through that left leg. And if you want to venture on, hooking the elbow to the outside of the knee. Or taking the binds. I'm very good on this side. Get it to go. That fingertips touching. That counts, right? Yes. And inhale. Twist it. Straighten both legs out in front again. Just take a staff pose to neutralize. And we're going to roll back into your halasana, your plow pose. Okay, so use your abdominals to relax. I don't know how well this is going to feel for you, Denise. So if you're not wanting to go into plow pose or do anything like that, then you can also, and this is for anybody too who's watching this, if you don't want to take plow pose, you can just do like some hamstring stretches, catching a foot, catching another foot. Okay, so that's an option as well. If you're going into halasana, you will roll back and take your legs over with your toes, touching down toward the ground, shoulders back, rolling under. Toes more pointed. And you can interlace your fingers. Hold there for a couple of breaths. And if you're not feeling halasana today, you can just pull one leg, do one leg at a time, hamstring stretches. Okay. And then if you're in your halasana, take your hands and place them on your back. Wiggle those shoulders together. If you're doing a shoulder stance today, then roll it up. Bring your legs up into your shoulder stance. If you're not inverting today, then you can do like legs up against the wall, or just keep on with some of those other hamstring stretches that you were doing as well. Okay, the shoulder stance, you want to be on the shoulders. There's weight on the shoulders, weight on the back of the head. Your spine is turned upside down. So your circulatory system is, still has to pump like it regularly pumps, but blood starts to come down more naturally instead of it having to pump so hard to come toward your heart. It has some help from gravity this time. Iyengar says this posture is great as long as it feels okay in your body. If it feels structurally okay in your body, good for your immune system, the positioning of the neck and how it stimulates your thyroid and your lymph system. And when you feel complete in your shoulder stance, you can start to roll it down. Just take your time, getting your legs down onto the ground. Then Once you get your legs down, your hands are going to go underneath your hips with the palms facing down. And as you start to extend the legs up onto your elbows, going into fish pose, shoulders roll back. It's more like the crown of the head goes down to the mat for your fish pose. Opening the throat. Bringing your head all the way down to the mat. Undoing your arms from underneath. Placing your feet flat, opening up your knees and letting your knees fall in toward one another. Take a moment there, let your spine neutralize all your systems. Just come into this neutral space for a moment. You keep your feet wide and let your knees widen as well. So both your feet and your knees are a mat width distance apart. Then you're going to lower your knees down to the left. So your knees and your feet stay wide and lower your knees down to the left. So you're just giving a nice final stretch out through the right side of your quad. And then bring your knees back up and switch and do the same thing to the other side. Sorry, I'm sending a link over to the next class here. And you can start to bring your knees back up. And hug your knees in toward your chest one final time. And start to take it all down for your shavasana. In the Yoga Sutras, the Tanjali of the Yoga Sutras was really concerned about you being able to perceive and to see things clearly. This bowl here is the vibration. It's the note of A to your third eye. And then from that place of clarity, being able to make better decisions. And then take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And turn back. Walk your legs in and out to your side. Come up to your seat. Take your time. We'll bring our hands into our hearts. And we'll do one Om. So take that breath in again.